Hey, so I'm back on the stand. It's December 2nd, and it's a Saturday. It is 8 o'clock. I've been here since 6 o'clock, and I had 4 deer come in front of me already, 3 does and 1 buck. The buck was a small 3 point. They stayed here for, I want to say, like 15-20 minutes until some people started shooting some geese. When I got up on the stand, I heard a duck quack, and some greeting calls, and I thought that was strange because there's no ducks around here, and there's no bodies of water except the little puddles in the woods. But I was watching this big flock of geese fly, and then once they got close to the field, they started shooting. And then I saw, as that was happening, I was seeing the geese flaring, and I saw exactly where these people are at, and they are directly across the field from me. And when they were taking the shots of the geese, they actually scared my 4 deer. It sucks, you know. I was actually amped up yesterday for this weekend. I had a feeling that it was going to be good, and so far it was good because those 4 deer came right in, and until these guys start shooting geese. So I'm not sure if this stand is busted, or I'm just gonna have to wait and see what else comes in, and hopefully these guys pack out a little bit early because nothing's been flying for close to 45 minutes now. Well, yeah, I would have had my camera on a little bit earlier, but it was too dark to turn it on. But when I was gonna turn it on, the 4 deer showed up, so I couldn't do anything. Right on. So I'm set up on my second stand. I just got here 15 minutes ago. I just got everything ready. When I was messing around with the camera, there was actually a buck, and he was looking straight at me. I'm surprised that he didn't run, but he stayed for a couple of minutes, and then he went behind me and just took off. But I checked my cameras, and there was close to 320 pictures. And in the pictures, there was a couple of bucks. There was like 2 spikes. There's a 3 point, and I believe there's a 4x2 or a 5x2. But I think he hurt his right side. And if I see that buck, I will take that buck. I'm gonna call him Mr. Elliott. But I decided to move to my second stand a little bit earlier because the people that are across the field from us were still hunting. Because after a while, when I was sitting, they started shooting. And then I just got up and left because I knew that my first stand was not going to be good anymore because of those guys were shooting. So when I got down, when I was walking to this second stand, I went through the field. I wanted to see where those guys were set up. I could see their blinds and I could see their setup. But when they saw me, when I was looking back through my rangefinder, there were all three of them were glaring at me. They were glaring at me like I was screwing up with their hunt. But no, they screwed up my hunt because they spooked four of my deer that were right in front of me. It's like, that pissed me off. Like, I duck hunt and I go for keys too, but right now I'm deer hunting, and what they're doing is ticking me off. It's all good because they didn't know I was there, and I didn't know that they were gonna hunt that too. Because the past 3 years since I've been hunting here, no one has ever hunted these fields for geese. This stand is a little bit higher than my first stand. I'm not really quite sure how high, but I can tell you it's pretty damn high. When I set this tree stand up, there was a big huge branch right here. It was about this big around, and it gave me a lot of cover in front of me. But the crappy thing was that the limb was right on my shoulder, and I was not gonna hunt all day like that. So I ended up chopping it off once I got up here. And now there's this big huge open spot right here. So I could shoot it like there and shoot like here. Because before I couldn't see anything on my right side, but now I can. And I'm really surprised that that buck didn't see me. He might have, but I'm pretty sure he was just thinking like, what the hell are you, you know? But, you know, he chilled, he was worried, he knew I was here, but he's not quite sure what I was. So he investigated a little bit, and they just went around and just walked away. But anyway, I'm gonna sit for a little while. I'm not really sure what time it is, but I'm guessing it's around noon, and I'm gonna be here until nightfall. I'm gonna see what comes in, because the deer that were showing up, they were showing up between 3 and 4:30, sometimes past 5 o'clock. But that's way past shooting light, so I'm not gonna stay here that long. So this area is great for bucks. They're not monsters back here, but they're good sized bucks. You got 4s, 3s, and spikes. But if you're a beginner, this will be a great spot for you to sit in to take your first buck. I have high hopes for this spot because the 2 pictures that I saw last weekend of that one buck boosted my confidence. I know there's some bigger bucks in here. So when I was checking my cameras before I climbed up the stands, I saw a 4x2 or a 5x2. So obviously one of his sides was injured. So I'll be calling him Mr. Elliott. And if Mr. Elliott shows up tonight or tomorrow, I'll be harvesting him. But my first stand, there's a couple bucks, not a couple, but a few bucks that are showing up, and they're mostly 4 points and 3 points, and a couple of spikes. that spot is also showing a lot of signs of deer. It's a complete difference from this early season that I had, where I barely saw any deer, and the only deer that I did see were out in the fields. Now that every single time when I come up here, I actually see deer underneath me, and that's a really good sign. Well, the temperature is dropping just a slight bit. The rain snow has picked up. Not much has moved since the rain started, but there's 2 deer out in the field right now. What'd you guys do? Would you guys stay or go in conditions like this? I'm staying, because you never know what will pop out during the rain. Because when it's rainy and cold like this, deer are going to be out moving, feeding, trying to warm up. So I'm staying put. Gonna keep an eye on those 2 deer out there. I should have brought a pair of binos. I only got my rangefinder, so can't really pick out what they are. Well, hopefully they work their way over here. God, a burger sounds good right now. A venison burger. Now that sounds really good. Then like homemade fries. Yeah. That will be great. Or some duck poppers. I gotta go duck hunting really soon, you guys. I got no duck meat in the freezer. Last time I went out, I only got 1 duck. And that was a golden eye. Well, after this morning hunt, when those guys were goose hunting, I'm gonna ask the property owner if I can goose hunt on his property. Because they were just on the other side of the field. Because there's a field here, road, field, and I'm on this side. And it looked like they had like maybe 4 dozen decoys. Alright, well, I'm gonna climb down this tree and head out to my first stand. I saw 5 to 6 more deer out in the field, and I think they're working their way to my first stand. So I'm gonna have to go around, try to cut them off, and try to climb my tree before they get to my stand before I do. Alright, I'll see you guys up in the other stand. Well, shoot, this hunt was tough. You know, I was on the second stand. You know, I decided to climb down because the wind picked up. So I climbed down the tree to head to my first stand. And before I climbed up my first stand, I checked the cameras to see if there was anything there while I was on my second. And there wasn't. Plus, nothing touched the feed while I was gone. So I just decided to go home. But next weekend should be good. They're saying that all of next week is going to be cold. It's going to be in the high 20s and low 30s. So the cold weather should be pushing these bucks. I got a couple of bucks that are nocturnal right now, and Mr. Elliott's one of them. So if the news is right, the cold weather should be pushing him during the day,
and chasing the does around. And when he is doing that, I will have an opportunity to harvest him on Saturday morning, because I will be hunting my second stand first Saturday morning, because Mr. Elliott only shows up on that camera. He does not go to the second camera at all. And then if I don't see Mr. Elliott early in the morning, then I'll be climbing down and hunting my first stand for the evening hunt. And then on Sunday, if I don't see anything on Saturday or don't harvest anything on Saturday, I'll be hunting my first stand Sunday morning. And if I don't see anything there, I'll be hunting on my second stand in the evening. But I'm hoping to see something on Sunday morning on my first stand, and when I do, I'm hoping that I'll be notching my tag. But anyway, you guys, I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, just press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And also, you guys, just leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, you guys, that's it. I hope you guys are having a great season. I hope most of you guys already tagged out. This is going to be, next weekend's going to be my last weekend, even though the following week will be the last week of my season. But there's a lot of things going on right now that I only have this weekend to hunt for my late buck. But anyway, you guys, I'm done here, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.